Determining whether to develop recommendations, request action plans from management, or collaborate with management to agree on actions is an important aspect of communicating engagement results. According to the program, internal auditors must exercise professional judgment when deciding the most appropriate response to identified findings. The objective is not merely to report deficiencies but to facilitate meaningful improvements in governance, risk management, and control processes. Depending on the nature and significance of the issue, auditors may provide recommendations, request management-developed action plans, or work collaboratively with management to identify suitable corrective actions. Each approach should support organizational objectives, address identified risks, and encourage accountability while preserving the independence and objectivity of the internal audit function. Recommendations are developed when internal auditors identify opportunities to improve controls, processes, efficiency, or risk management practices. The purpose of recommendations is to provide management with practical guidance for addressing identified issues and reducing risk exposure. Effective recommendations focus on root causes rather than symptoms and are designed to enhance organizational performance. However, auditors must recognize that management is ultimately responsible for determining and implementing corrective actions. Recommendations should therefore be realistic, actionable, and aligned with organizational objectives. Internal auditors should consider the operational environment, available resources, and potential implementation challenges when formulating recommendations. Well-designed recommendations help management make informed decisions and strengthen organizational controls. In many situations, management develops its own action plans in response to audit findings. Action plans outline the specific measures management intends to take to address identified issues, assign responsibility, establish implementation timelines, and define expected outcomes. Requesting management action plans promotes ownership and accountability because those responsible for operations are often best positioned to determine practical solutions. Internal auditors evaluate these plans to ensure they adequately address the identified risks and deficiencies. This process supports collaboration while maintaining the distinction between management's responsibility for corrective action and internal audit's responsibility for providing independent assurance. Effective action plans contribute significantly to successful remediation and long-term control improvement. Cost-benefit considerations play an important role when developing recommendations or evaluating action plans. Internal auditors should recognize that corrective actions often require investments in personnel, technology, training, or process redesign. While stronger controls may reduce risk exposure, the cost of implementation should be proportional to the significance of the risk being addressed. Recommendations that are excessively costly or operationally burdensome may not be practical or sustainable. Therefore, auditors should consider both the expected benefits and the resources required to achieve them. Management likewise evaluates action plans from a cost-benefit perspective when selecting corrective measures. This balanced approach helps ensure that remediation efforts create value and support efficient risk management. Disagreements may occasionally arise between internal auditors and management regarding engagement findings, recommendations, or proposed action plans. In such situations, internal auditors should follow established communication protocols and maintain a professional, objective approach. Auditors should discuss the matter with management, review supporting evidence, and seek to understand differing perspectives. Open dialogue often helps resolve misunderstandings and promotes agreement on appropriate actions. If significant disagreements remain unresolved, the issue may need to be escalated to higher levels of management or the board in accordance with organizational procedures. Throughout the process, auditors must remain impartial and ensure that conclusions are supported by sufficient and appropriate evidence while respecting management's responsibilities. A key responsibility of internal auditors is determining whether a management action plan adequately addresses the root cause of a finding. Corrective actions that focus only on symptoms may fail to prevent recurrence of the issue and may leave underlying risks unresolved. Auditors therefore evaluate whether proposed actions effectively address the fundamental causes contributing to the deficiency. This assessment includes reviewing the design of corrective measures, implementation timelines, assigned responsibilities, and expected outcomes. Auditors also consider whether residual risks remain at acceptable levels after implementation. For candidates, understanding recommendations, management action plans, disagreement protocols, cost-benefit considerations, and root cause evaluation is essential for ensuring that engagement results lead to sustainable improvements and effective risk mitigation.